Alright Brandon, what's up at the first sets, mate? Haven't wrecked it. On to the next lot. I think if we're going to pick a dog up, this is where we're going to do it, up this gully. At last we got some tracks. Alright, just a couple of dogs who come through there. In the rain last night, or just after the rain, so good. Some dogs here somewhere. Look at this thing. What are you thinking about that? Well, doesn't that beat all? Somebody said there was a tunnel up here, and we're going to cruise along, and the next thing we're going in under a mountain. Pretty cool. Well, Brandon, that was so much fun, we'll do it again. Okay, let's head back and see if we can find where those dogs went to. I reckon they went ahead into our country. I think there's two young dogs. Up here, on that top there, that's where I saw those tracks as we went through to check. I saw tracks of, I reckon, two young dogs coming up this way. I've got to be careful with the dogs, letting them out for a run here on the place, because they did put 1080 baits out here at Christmas time. Now, there's been a lot of rain, goannas, pigs, whatever else going through, so the likelihood of there being a bait still active is pretty low. However, I'm not going to take the chance, so I'll let them have a little swim and then we'll put them back in the truck. Trumpy, you're causing trouble. Buggy bird. Trumpy, hey, what's happening? What's going on, dude? Righto, we're heading up to check the last three traps. The ones up on top of this steep hill here. I know I've got a couple of young dogs back in the area, so you never know, they could be up here now. They might have a circuit that they're working. Well, yeah, you never know. Probably worth putting a trap here, just because Mossy's marked there and she's coming into season. Other dogs are marking there. Well, look at the way my fellas are marking over the top of her, and yeah, well worth a trap or two there. The little Mossy is coming into a second season now, and I might just mate her to see if I'm like an arranged marriage. Sorry about this is terrible. Who am I going to mate her to? Probably Chansey. I think that's going to bring the best of everything I've got, from the chocky, right back to Tig and old Jock, Tig, Jock, Tank, Skunk, Dash, Mossy number 1. All of those old dogs are tied up in those 2 dogs there. The genetics is all there, so it's probably going to be to cross those 2 together, and those pups will be my elite pups, the best I have ever bred, hopefully. Trumpy, they might even be as good as you. What do you reckon, Brandon? I've put 2 traps in here now, close to where Mossy peed there, and Skunk dropped the scat, and Brandon marked it as well, so it's a real centre area. So I've put one off the tree on a good little walk-through area, and I've put one on the other side of the tree. So if something's circling, it could get into this one first, but if it goes straight in and one gets caught over there, I've got the chance of picking up a second dog over here. I'm aiming for like 2 dogs. I don't think there's a big pack here. I think if we've got 2 dogs together, we're going to be probably lucky. I'll just water these down a little bit, just to possibly kill my scent. Same as this one. More so to bring that new turned dirt smell away and make it smell more like there's just been a shower of rain over the whole area. Those traps are weathered in really well, but no luck. Well, our last trap for the day, nothing in it. Nothing? No. That's 1 for 2 nights. Hopefully another one will fall tonight, and if it doesn't, well, I think I'll pull my traps and just give it a little bit of time. Maybe come back in a month's time, see what's kicking about then. Okay, we wound ourselves right up the top of this big steep range. We've got our wind right, and we'll try a bit of howling here and just see if we can get something to answer us. Well, we've come up into this beautiful spot to howl. It is a great spot. I reckon you could get a howl to go for, 5 kilometres here. But the wind is blowing, it's howling a gale. So, nothing would hear you. It'd be flat out hearing me on the other side of the hill. So you might just leave it, won't disturb it, and try and come back and do something maybe tomorrow morning early. Come up into here and see what we can get to answer us. Good morning, Brandon. Good morning, Mozzie Moo. Good morning, Trumpy boy. Don't knock my hat off, dude. Get that Trumpy, you idiot. Anything? We're all expecting. Oh, good start. First sets. Nothing. Tonight. Can't win them all. You just got to win a few. I reckon I've got some of the happiest dogs in the country. The dogs just love this lifestyle, and having said that, I sort of love it as well. Okay, it's not the most glamorous, it's not the most profitable, all the rest of it, but it's as close as I can get to free. This is how you got to be careful with. You don't be critical of what you're doing, too critical, because we caught that big dog probably no more than 2 kilometres from here. If he missed up there, you know, the next night, well, last night he could have been down here and got caught. And we go, wow, this trap really was successful down here. There might be nothing wrong with this trap, or these traps down here. Nothing wrong with them at all. It's just we caught that particular dog in another spot. So you don't beat yourself up too much. Hey, this morning he's lying flat out, but he's kicking with both sets of legs, so he's getting his feeling back in his legs. How are you? You getting a bit of feeling back in your legs, are you? Hey, how you doing? Come on. Come on. Hey, what you doing? Right, we come up to this setup here. I see I've had some little critter. Some little critter has been digging it out there. Now, that's no dingo. That's like a bandicoot or an antechinus or Masuda, kangaroo rat, something has been messing with that trap. Unfortunately, we're booked in to go to another property for 10 days, starting tomorrow. So I've got to pull these traps, get out of here today and drive 6 or 8 hours and get down to the next property. It was just a chance to get up to this new place here for, say, 4 days. It's only a little block. What I've done though is I've managed to map the whole area out. I know a pretty good idea now where I would set straight away. So if I got back in here, you know, come back in about a month's time, I reckon what I'll do is I'll just rip through and first day put about 20 traps in on a given line. The next day sort of set it up again with probably another 20. And I think I'd have this area pretty well covered. But hopefully there'll be another 8,000 acres come in next to it. And if it does, it gives us a really good block to trap on. But anyway, pull these traps this morning. We might have something in up the top end. You never know. The Suzuki's running terrible today. It's shocking. Been onto a buddy. He's a really top mechanic and trying to get some ideas on what it could be. He might have been an old loner too, that dog. He was all chewed up. He could have been kicked out of the main pack. Could be way up here in the neighbours. All looks quiet. All looks quiet. Okay, that was the close go for the day. Very close go. It's not over yet. I've got one more trap. See where I've just pulled the trap out here? Where I had the cable around that tree. The dog's come in and he's stacked up a scat right on top of the old scat that's there. That's why I set this trap here. And I've just missed it. Maybe I had it too far away, thinking I'd have a dog that was maybe a little bit more hawky. And I think he's gone around the other side. Probably smelt the urine that was on the rock. And he's gone around the other side and I missed him. That was unfortunate. Now, that scat was pretty fresh, so it's worth a howl just to see if this dog is within earshot. Maybe we can get an answer. Nothing. Well, I guess I'll have to wait for another day. Well, Here we go. I come down to the last trap. I've given up hope. I had a dog that came and marked on that last trap set. I come here and we've got it. Well, that's the success of the trip. Yeah, I know you'd love to go and eat it, wouldn't you, Trump, eh? Sit. Off! Trumpy, off. Get off. Righto. Perfect trap, perfect catch with the Jake. Again, there's nothing succeeds like success. Oh, I thought I missed that one. I thought I've missed him. I missed him at the top trap. Give a howl, nothing gave an answer. I thought, what am I doing wrong? Anyway, come to the last trap. Our last trap. We've pulled every other trap out today. And here we got our second dog in 3 nights. It's a success, this program. Great. Enough. Enough. Good stuff. Enough. Off. Surrounded it, haven't we? And that's just on a drag with a cable. And it's come from that tuft of grass right here where Brandon is. That's how far. Wasn't going anywhere. Right, come up here, the little fella, he's trying to get up. He's moved away from the tree, he's kicking in his back legs, he's getting some power back in his front legs. So I've got to go back, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to load him in the front of the trailer here with the jack strap, and let's see if we can, I'll get him back to Judy and she can keep water up to him. We'll probably get him some painkillers, something like that. He might be just some bad inflammation or something that's stopping his nerve system going. But anyway, we'll get a shot for him, talk to the vet, and give him a chance, eh? Wish I had a couple of strong fellas. Well, there's probably a lot of people out there that will think that McGhee's gone totally mad. Why did I mess around with this calf? A lot of fellas would say, you should have just given him a bullet. There was something about that little guy. He was trying to live, and something in me said, we've got to work out what it is that's caused this with this calf, caused him to be totally paralysed like that. So anyway, I got him in the back of the trailer and got him back to home, had to bolt straight away to go trapping again, so I left him in Judy's caring hands, and it looked like he was going to be all right. The next day he was sitting up a lot better, and he made friends with our little, bottle-reared Chiddle fawn, little Maple. They became the best of mates, and right when we thought that he was just going to get up and walk away, he started to come down with some pretty terrible wounds. It seemed that there was parts of his flesh that had just died. It simply had died and went rotten on him, on his front shoulder and on his rump. Now, it all added up to one thing, and we talked to a number of vets, and they said to us, this looks like this animal has been bitten by a snake, probably a brown snake, and what it's done is it's caused some areas of flesh to die, and that's what would have caused the paralysis right from the start, the snake venom. And he was just a lucky little guy that we come along and gave him water, and he was able to shake it off and survive. So anyway, over the next few weeks, Judy treated him with the care that she'll give any animal that she looks after. We're happy to report that this guy has made a full recovery now, and we'll bring you some of that footage later on future clips. So anyway, thanks for joining in, everybody, and we'll see you next week.